Hello, my name is Michael Ellis, and I am what you call a persuasive consultant and a direct response copywriter. Basically, what that means is that I use cognitive psychology and color psychology to help a person or an agency to market themselves as experts. It's also referred to as brand marketing, making yourself or your company the go-to person or place for the best actionable strategies, aka best solutions or best results. We all want to get results. You go to a store, you buy a product, you read the directions, you plug it in, you hope that it works and it lasts for as long as it's guaranteed. This is why many companies offer warranties, extended warranties on vehicles to make sure that their clients and customers are satisfied. So what I do is I help people with resumes, cover letters, interviews, exit strategies, exit letters, SORs, statements of reference, LORs, letters of reference. Also do white papers, case studies, and things in digital marketing. But today I want to focus on interview questions. Are you ready for your next interview? Now, when it comes to an interview, everyone is usually nervous and excited at the same time. You want to get that gig and make that paper and do what you got to do. That's understood. That's a part of being human. However, there is a strategic way to approach preparing for an interview. That's one of the services I offer as a persuasive consultant and direct response copywriter. Again, cognitive psychology, how humans think, why they do what they do. It's also called consumer psychology. Why do people buy red Nissans more than other cars? Why do high-end executives like the Phantom Rolls Royce? What excites that certain executive that always wants to buy a Maserati or Continental Bentley GT Speed or even a Ford 150 truck? What is the data? What analogy or evaluation predicts why they continue to buy a specific item? How does that relate to an interview? Well, you have to let the agency know that you stand out from the crowd of other candidates. You have to show your point of difference during your resume, cover letter, and especially an interview. Whether it be a group interview, a second interview, a phone interview, a Zoom interview, a one-on-one, whichever it is, you, the candidate, have to let the company know that you are the answer to their problems, whatever those problems are. So that's why I'm here asking you, are you ready for your next interview? So let's go over some of the basic questions that HR interviewers always ask. Now, they have a strategy. They ask these questions to determine certain answers that you not only say, but your tone of voice when you say them, your eye contact when you say it, your body language. Are you sitting up? Are you sitting back? Are you sitting to the side? When they talk to you, how much eye contact do you make? How relaxed are you? How often do you give a confident smile or grin? All of these things are important And again, as a persuasive consultant, I study these things as well: effective communication, active listening. So here we go with one of the questions. One of the easier ones, or main ones that always comes up, the interviewer says after the introduction, "So tell me about yourself." Now, don't tell them about personal problems. Whatever your answer is, make sure it relates to your job or career history. Now, I can go into specifics, but that's what my consultation sessions are for. I'm going to give you some tidbits here, some teasers. If you want more, you can contact me via LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or MikeIsWealthy@gmail.com. That's MikeIsWealthy@gmail.com, and I'll go into it further with you and help you along the way. Now, that question again, tell me about yourself. They want to basically know your job, employment history, or career history. If you're making a change, they want to know about that. Most people go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Tell about their history, what they did there, this, that, and the other. That's one question. Now, another question is, why should we hire you? Remember what I said about the Maserati, the Continental Bentley GT Speed, the Rolls Royce, the Ford 150 truck. Why do those people like to buy? And even the red Nissan, why do they buy it? If you can explain your why by not looking at your resume, 9 times out of 10, you will fail the interview before it's even over. When I connect to people on LinkedIn, I often tell them, "Thank you, so-and-so. Thank you for your response. I hope all is well." I study human behavior. Then I ask either one or two questions. One question is, what inspired you to choose this career? The other one is, what excites you the most about your profession? I want to know their what, but their what is actually a why. Why did you choose this career? The interviewer wants to know specifically and in detail, confidently, why did you choose this company? Why are you here? What is your purpose? And you have to explain that in logical terms, and it has to make sense to the HR interviewer/recruiter. So another one is, what motivates you? Remember the questions I said I ask my people that I connect with on LinkedIn. What inspired you to choose this particular career? I want to know their why. I want to know what makes them tick. And the interviewer wants to know what stirred you, what moved you, what persuaded and influenced you to choose, let's say, IBM or Verizon or T-Mobile or any one of those companies, Amazon, Nike. What got you up to make a resume, a cover letter, and even prepared a follow-up letter? Got dressed up, drove your vehicle, parked it, went into the office for an interview. What stirred you to do all that? You have to be able to tell them in logical terms again that makes sense to them and the opening that you're going for, the position. How do you fit, in other words? When I was coming up, I grew up with a wonderful gentleman called Glenn Lindsay, works for the post office. His family was very, very smart. 4 sisters, he's smart as well. I noticed what they always had on their table when I came to visit Glenn. They always had puzzles on the table. They were letting their brains know, I know where these pieces fit in this puzzle. You have to let the company know, where do you fit in that company's culture? If they're laid back and you're stiff and traditional and very conventional, you're going to have a hard time. If they're conventional, traditional, and stiff, and you're laid back, you're going to have a hard time fitting in with that culture. So they want to know, how do you fit? How can you benefit this company? Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? They want to know what you're going to do for them. So here's another one. How do you deal with stress? Everyone in life, whether they're employed or unemployed, has to deal with challenges and stress, deadlines, abrupt changes, maybe even emergency on the job, a fire drill, or God forbid, a shooting or fire. You're working on one project. Your supervisor comes to you and says, well, put that to the side. We need this other project to go forth right now. So-and-so and so-and-so's not here. We need you to fill in ASAP. How do you handle that? Flexibility, adaptability, abrupt changes. You have to explain that to them. And again, it has to make sense. Another one, number 5, how do you stay organized? They want to know how detailed you are. They want to know how you think. Do you think on the spur of the moment? Or do you think strategically? Are you a planner, short term and long term? Do you see the big picture? It's what they want to know. I used to hang out with a young lady. I would drive her in my car as a single young man, and every time she sees somebody, she'll say, oh, stop the car, stop the car, stop the car. She talk to them, drive off, see somebody else, oh, stop the car, stop the car, stop. Let me tell you and be real, that was very frustrating. On the spur, wasn't planned, it stressed me out. They want to know, again, if there's an abrupt change, how are you going to handle that? Are you going to mess up on the assignment? Are you going to get angry at the boss or the co-workers? Or somebody like the cleaning crew and spew out some toxic attitude towards them because you had an abrupt change in your schedule and you're uncomfortable about it? They want to know, how do you handle coming out of your comfort zone? And if you're not able to express that and then show it in that place of employment, you won't be successful. Now, I mentioned 5 questions, but here's a 6th one. What is your greatest weakness? If you like to drink, don't tell them that. If you're addicted to cigarettes, don't tell them that. Talk about something that you're working on to better your skills that will help you on that job or in that position. You have to express that. All of this is brand marketing. And I tell people that when you go for an interview, before you go, get as relaxed as possible. Stay away from drama. If someone is driving you to that interview, put on some relaxing music so that your mind and your nerves are at ease. And when you go into the building, if you see the janitor, speak politely, especially when you get into the reception area. Be pleasant. Don't wear cologne. Ladies, don't wear heavy perfume. It's a turnoff to the interviewer. They may be allergic to that smell. Ladies, again, don't show a lot of cleavage. You're not going there to be in a strip club. You're going for employment to be a blessing to the company and get compensated for it. Watch the way you move your legs, ladies, how you should cross your ankles, sitting up straight, a confident smile on your face. Look the interviewer in the eye, not with anger, but with confidence. And always have questions ready, at least 1 to 3 after the interview, because they're going to ask you. It's another question. Do you have any questions for me or for us? If it's a group interview, you need to have solid questions ready. Is there any further training here? What should I expect in the first 30 to 90 days? Do you foresee any major problems in this specific project or department? Why is this position open? What happened to the other person or persons that were here? So you have a right to ask questions and make it a win-win situation. Now, if you want to go into further depth of an interview, it doesn't matter what area of expertise you're in. I pride myself, to God be the glory, as a researcher. Whatever area you're in, you can contact me at MikeIsWealthy. MikeIsWealthy@gmail.com. Again, that's MikeIsWealthy@gmail.com. You can contact me and I will help you to prepare for your interview questions, whether it's a photographer, whether it's a journalist, or something more intense like project management or some type of analyst, which that interview can last up into an hour. There's certain steps that certain professions have that you need to have down packed, not so much on paper. You can have notes, that's good, but you need to memorize it. And I do mock interviews all the time. I've helped many people. I've been a STEM camp counselor. I've trained in the martial arts for over 39 years. I do community outreach. I go to hospitals and call people, encourage single people, married people, divorced people, widows, widowers, youth empowerment with self-confidence, character development, and economics. I do all of that. I have a son who's over 30 years old. I've been married over 19 years. What am I saying? I know human behavior and I'm still learning myself. So I'm willing to help you. You can reach me again at MikeIsWealthy@gmail.com. You can see some of the people I've helped on LinkedIn. I'm very active there. They've given me, not by my choice, theirs, a award called Top Mentoring Voice. I receive several awards monthly by Grammarly about how good I do with the words and things of that nature. But back to you. You are a brand. You're more than a candidate looking for a gig or job. And I'll also help you to tell your story like nobody else, because your testimony is personal, it's customized. Danny Bell, back in the day, a singer, said, it's a designer's original. So there you go. Are you ready for that interview? I'm willing to help you to get ready. Reach out to me, like this video, subscribe, and share. God bless you, and I wish you the best of the best. Bye-bye.